AutoPREP drawing cleanup is run against the currently active AutoCAD drawing. When you start running AutoCAD drawing cleanup on an AutoCAD drawing, you're prompted to open an alternate version of the existing drawing so that no changes are made to your original drawing. AutoPREP drawing cleanup then operates on a copy of the original. When prompted to save the original drawing, you must select Yes in order to proceed with drawing cleanup. AutoPREP drawing cleanup starts by analyzing the drawing and categorizing the drawing elements. The initial AutoPREP drawing analysis is complete when the main drawing cleanup screen appears. The top area of the screen shows the location of the saved drawing on which you are now working. By default, the drawing is saved to a subfolder named Prepped, which is located beneath the original drawing folder. This is the drawing you're cleaning as your new background drawing. Next, moving down the main cleanup screen is the current option settings file. This file is explained next. Below this area is the drawing cleanup wizard file name, wizard origin name, and cleanup wizard status label. By default, the cleanup wizard is actively recording each step executed during the drawing cleanup process. Each individual AutoPREP cleanup utility is accessed through the buttons in the lower part of the main cleanup screen. The respective screens dedicated to each drawing cleanup area can be accessed here. To the right of each button is the respective element counts associated with the corresponding cleanup utility. These counts are updated throughout the cleanup process as XREFs are inserted, layers are merged, and blocks, hatch patterns, and text are reduced to only what is required for your background drawing. The Options Settings screen is accessed by clicking the Options button. The Options Settings screen is most effectively used with design projects involving drawing revisions. This is because the initial cleanup steps don't need to be repeated with each new set of drawings. In particular, the Duplicate tab removes duplicate elements based on your selection. AutoPREP automatically removes this drawing excess as the drawing cleanup process starts. In many jobs, this reduction can make a noticeable difference in the size and therefore drawing performance when you're ready to start your design. By default, the settings are saved using the drawing name and automatically restored every time you use AutoPREP on that drawing. AutoPREP defines a duplicate as identical drawing elements with the same insertion, rotation, and scale. The File tab of the Options Settings screen allows you to apply a name to the settings. This makes it easy to use the same settings against other drawings. This can be helpful if you create settings that work well with one of your design partners. Option settings are saved by simply entering a name and selecting the Save button. Retrieve previously saved settings by selecting them from the drop-down list. The recommended order of execution of the AutoPREP cleanup utilities follows the buttons from top to bottom. The top to bottom approach is standard for all cleanup utilities. Buttons are grayed when the associated utility is not found on the drawing. In this drawing, all XREFs have been rebound. Click the Layers button to access the Layer Utility Cleanup screen. Often drawings may contain many layers that are not relevant to your design. Another common occurrence is drawing layers that are overly descriptive. For instance, 10 different layers dedicated to a variety of door types can be combined to just a single layer named Doors. Cleanup Utility is most effective at quickly analyzing, removing, or merging layers of this sort. The layers read from the drawing are displayed in the top list and can be sorted alphabetically or in descending order by the number of entities they contain. Selection sets of layers can be made by clicking, control-clicking, or shift-clicking the layers you choose to address. After the selection is made, right-click your mouse on the layer list to display the pop-up menu. The menu actions are found at the top of the pop-up list. Selected layers can be protected, deleted, or displayed in isolation view on the drawing. Selecting Isolate is a convenient way to view just the selected layer. This makes for a great way to analyze what's on a layer. Once a layer or layers are isolated, you can pan and zoom for a better view and then return to the Layer Utility screen when you're finished. To exit Isolate View, click turn on all layers from the pop-up menu. Merging layers can greatly reduce the extra layer detail on a drawing. Alphabetically sorting the layers usually helps to group the layers so they can more easily be merged. Using shift-click, the 4 door-related layers can be selected. Then, right-clicking will display the pop-up menu, allowing you to select the target layers for the merge from the list of Send To layers. The 4 selected layers have all been merged onto a single layer named Doors. If a target layer had not previously existed on the drawing, it will be created for you. Merged layers can be tracked in the Merged Layers list located near the middle part of the Layer Utility screen. Notice the Primary Layers list shows the results of the change, as the source layers now show a 0 entity count, while the target layer shows the combined total from the source layers. Empty layers can be easily managed or deleted to meet your needs. The checkboxes located under the Drawing Layer list provides control over the way the layer utility commands act in certain circumstances. For instance, whether the layer commands are applied on layers within drawing blocks. A complete description of these settings is provided in the Program Helps, which can be accessed from anywhere in the program by pressing the F1 key on your keyboard. Click the Exit button to return to the main cleanup screen. When layers have been deleted from the drawing, the changes are seen in the drawing size as compared to the original drawing. Continue down the list of buttons on the main drawing cleanup screen and click the Blocks button to access the Block Cleanup Utility screen. The Block Utility screen offers a variety of ways to manage blocks on the drawing, allowing you to analyze, delete, and even edit the subentities within a block without using the block explode. The Block Cleanup Utility screen is divided between 3 tabs: Single View and Multi-View tabs, providing different approaches and view capabilities. Single View focuses on one block at a time. An isolated view of the selected block displays as you click through the list. Note that blocks are displayed in descending order by the number of instances on the drawing. The screen shows this count adjacent to the list. Note that while the isolated view allows you to see only the selected block, the drawing view zooms to an instance of the selected block to allow you to view the block in the context of the drawing. At any time during your analysis, blocks can be deleted by clicking the Delete Selected button. This results in every instance of the selected block to be deleted from the drawing. Click the Multi-View tab to access the Multi-View Block Edit. As with the Single Block Edit, an instance of each block is zoomed to as they are selected from the Multi-View block area. The Multi-Block tab offers the ability to see one or more blocks at a time in adjacent isolated view. The blocks on the Multi-View form also appear in descending order by the number of times each appears on the drawing. The number of blocks displayed in the Multi-View block area depends on the size of the view area and the size of each block within the view area. Both of these can be adjusted. By changing the size of the form, the block display area grows and more blocks are shown. The slider control adjusts the size of each block within the block area. Selecting blocks on the multi-view screen can be done in a number of ways, but follows the same click, control-click, and shift-click selection methods, but also adds the ability of a window selection. All of these choices can be used in conjunction with one another for the ultimate control over which blocks are selected. Once selected, blocks can be deleted using the Delete Selected button, as is done in the single view screen. The delete also removes every instance of the selected block from the drawing. Accessible to both the single and multi-view block cleanup utility screens is the Block and Clip Block buttons located in the lower left corner of the screen. The functionality offered by these buttons allows you to edit blocks without being required to explode the target block. Sub-entities can be extracted based on your selections, and the changes are applied to every instance of the block on the drawing. Full zoom and pan capabilities can be used in the middle of using these commands. This allows you to continue the editing process as long as you like. When you're happy with your selection, press the Enter key or the right mouse button, and a dialog summarizing your selection displays your preview. Click OK to enact the edit. For example, select the toilet block from the multi-view block area. The drawing view zooms to an instance of that block. Using Block Edit, only entire blocks are recognized. A pick box selects the entire block, and then a right-click ends the selection process. A summary dialog displays the net result of the selection, and clicking the Delete button removes every instance of the toilet block. To further explain the possibilities, click the Undo to roll back the deletion. Click Select to resume the selection process, and this time window around part of the toilet block. Though only part of the block is selected, the entire block is highlighted. End the selection process again and view the summary dialog, then click Delete. Repeating the same basic steps using the Clip Block command results in a different outcome. Click the Clip Block button and again window around part of the toilet block. The Clip Block Edit recognizes sub-entities within the block, and the selection set reflects this difference. End the selection process by pressing the Enter key, and the summary view again displays the results of the selection. The deleted sub-entities from the toilet block have been deleted in the same way from every other instance of this block throughout the drawing. Exit from the Clip Block dialog, and then click Exit from the Single View Block Edit screen to return to the main cleanup screen. From the main drawing cleanup form, click the Hatching button to display the Hatch Cleanup Utility screen. The Hatch Cleanup Utility lists the hatch patterns found on the drawing where they exist, whether in model space or nested within a block. The presented list of hatch patterns can be viewed in alphabetic order or in Merge Like Names view. The Merge Like Names view can make managing the hatch patterns much easier by only showing a single representative of each hatch. As you click through the hatch patterns, AutoPREP zooms the drawing view to the selected instance of the hatch. This makes the expanded list view very useful for a complete analysis of the hatches on the drawing. Remember, just like the other drawing utilities, you can click on the drawing to take advantage of full zoom and pan capabilities while still using the tool. Also note that the instance of the selected hatch is highlighted to make it easier to view against the drawing. The selection techniques used in the layer and block utilities also apply to the hatch cleanup screen, namely click, shift click, and control click are used to make selection sets. Hatch Cleanup offers an additional cleanup technique that is used along with the Merge Like Name view. While the Delete button deletes what is selected on the list, Delete All Like Selected will delete every instance of the selected hatch. Another similar characteristic shared between the Layer Cleanup utility and the Hatch Cleanup utility is the option to mark an item as protected. This can be done using the Protect Selected button or pick directly from the drawing using the Pick Protected button. Note the solid hatch pattern has been marked as protected in this example and will not be deleted through any AutoPREP command or cleanup wizard. Protected hatch patterns and layers can also be managed and saved using the options settings as was described earlier, and can also be found as part of the integrated program helps. Again, click the Exit button to return to the main drawing cleanup screen. From the main drawing cleanup screen, select the Text button to access the Text MText Cleanup utility. The Text MText utility